fairy tale. And there's three bears, and Goldilocks arrives in their house and wants to eat porridge and lie in their beds, and this bed is too soft, that bed is too big, and she always chooses the little bear's bed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but I heard it long time ago.
Oh, that's right, when you were a little girl. So it's now I bought an iPad, a large iPad Pro. It's very large, and I'm going to send it back because it's just too big for what I want. It's very nice. It's a lovely machine, but I want it, as I said, to use in airports and on planes and when I'm in bed at night, and it's just too big. It's about, I think it's 12 inches from there to there, and it's quite large. It's actually larger than the Microsoft Surface, so I'm going to get the one between the Mini and the other, just the ordinary iPad. So it's interesting. How are you, Winnie? Did you have a nice week?
Yes.
That's good. We'll start with you. Wait a minute. Let me put this. Here we are. Vocabulary up for you. Now, the weather conditions in New York, something from hot and dry in summer to cold and snowy in winter. Various, variety, vary, or variable. Which one would you choose to go here?
Very.
Yes, that's correct. What does vary mean?
Change.
Sort of. No, actually, that's correct. Because you could say vary. You could also put change in there. So yes, that's a good answer. Now, what sort of weather do you like, Winnie? Do you like hot and dry or cold and snowy?
Like autumn.
Why?
Because it's not too hot or too cold.
Okay, that's correct. All right, thank you, Winnie.
Thank you.
Joe.
Hello.
These changes occur for a something of reasons. Various, variety, vary, or variable.
Variety.
Yeah. What does variety mean?
Many different kinds.
Yes, so many different kinds of reasons. Okay. What does these refer to?
The weather condition in New York.
All right. You could also say changes. These changes, but yes. Okay, thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Mr. Bin.
Good morning.
Hello. Bin, what would you prefer, the large iPad Pro or the smaller one?
No, I don't like them neither.
Why not?
I prefer Android device.
Okay. All right. The something in temperature and humidity can impact negatively on health. Variable, variety, variations, or invariable.
see variations.
Yeah, variations. What does variation mean?
Change.
Yeah, yeah. The changes in temperature. What's humidity?
How much water in the air?
Correct. And why can changes in temperature and humidity impact negatively on health? Why can they make health worse?
People will get cold easily.
Yes, they'll catch the flu and things like that.
Okay, catch cold.
Thank you, Ben.
You are welcome.
Angela.
Hello.
You're looking very well today. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. Doctors in the region are something inundated with sick patients in the winter months. Do you know what inundated means?
Fall off.
No. If something is inundated, what does it mean? Something with sick patients. So in the winter. So does that mean the numbers go up or down?
Up.
Yeah. So inundated means something increases. Sometimes we say floods. Inundated the area. So if you have too much water, floods can inundate the area. It means cover or increase massively. Okay? So doctors in the region are something inundated. Variable, invariably, variations, or invariable.
Invariable.
No, you're nearly there. Try again.
Invariably.
Yeah. That's right. You need an adjective. Sorry, not an adjective. An adverb. What does invariably mean? So invariably inundated. What does that mean in your words?
Always.
Yes, that's right. So if something invariably happens, it means it always happens. So what in your life is invariable? So name something in your life that always happens, is invariable.
Sleeping and eating.
That's right. So an invariable pattern in your life is too much sleep and too much food. And one day you will be very fat.
I will exercise invariable.
Good. Exercise invariably. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rex.
Hello.
Hello. Rex, however, there are something precautions which people can take to prevent colds and flu. What's precautions?
It means you do something to prevent dangerous happen.
That's right. So it's like a safety measure or something. Now, so Various, variety, variation, or vary.
Various.
Yes, various precautions. So put that another way. So instead of saying there are various precautions which people can take, how could you say it in a sentence in a different way?
Many.
Instead of precautions.
Measure.
Yeah, many measures, many things.
Many ways.
All those. Yeah, many ways. Okay. There are many ways which people can use. So, what's the difference between a cold and flu? So when we say cold and flu, are they the same or is one worse?
They are different.
Yes. How?
That's one.
Okay. So flu is much more serious. The cold is just a nuisance. What is flu short for?
Sorry.
What is flu short for? What's its real name?
Influenza.
Yeah, influenza.
Influenza.
In 19, I think it was 1918, influenza killed 40 million people in Europe. So in 1918, influenza killed 40 million people. So it can be a very, very dangerous disease. And they're saying that this will happen again soon because influenza is getting worse every year. So one day we might have, we call it a pandemic. So an epidemic is the word epidemic. I've typed it there. An epidemic means that a place has a lot of diseases. So we could have a flu epidemic in Taiwan. So that means a lot of people would have flu. But a pandemic means the whole world has it. So a pandemic is very serious, whereas an epidemic is still serious, but not as bad. Okay. Thank you, Rex. Tina.
Nicholas.
Yes.
Hi. Is blackbird bat, black death in Europe
Yes.
in the past influenza or what?
No. The Black Death was bacterial. Remember, I called it, I think it was Yersinia pestis,
So
whereas the flu is viral.
Virus, right?
It's actually the influenza virus.
Yeah.
There's
and
many of
when
them.
We say, and when we say cold, you catch cold is caused by what?
Well, that's a virus too. It's just not as serious.
Okay.
So that's what they say anyway. So there's different. So and also some people call colds a severe cold is really the flu. So it's just the length of time it lasts. So if it lasts a long time, it's the flu. If it's just a day or two, it was a cold.
I mean, when you start coughing, you develop sore throat and you develop mucus Is that
Yeah.
cold or
That
flu?
strictly speaking, that's a cold. Flu is where your whole body aches.
Okay.
So, and you might have a temperature,
Yes.
and in fact, it can get worse and affect your heart and lungs. So you can
Yes.
get heart failure and lung pneumonia, and so
Right.
that's what kills people in flu.
So that's okay. And it might just caused by cold, right? In the beginning.
Yes. Yes. All right, Tina.
E.
Do you wish to die from flu?
Huh? What?
Oh no.
Do you wish to die from the flu? What would you like to
No,
die
I
from?
Naturally.
Nature, very nice answer.
Mm.
Not too soon, I hope. All right, can you do the last one here, Tina? However, the results can be something. So people over the age of 65 are advised to have a yearly flu vaccination. What is vaccination?
Can prevent you from have the disease.
Correct.
A shot.
How can you give a vaccine? Yeah, you've said
By
a
a
shot.
shot.
What do you mean?
Uh,
Yeah. All right. So what's a shot? How do you give the shot?
needle.
Yes. So an injection or what else? Another way.
Injection. 他说除了那个以外。Eat
Yes, orally.
orally.
Oral means by mouth. So you can give a vaccine orally, and that's called an oral vaccine. I think they do that for polio now. I think it's an oral vaccine for polio. I think, I'm not sure. But some are a shot. So a flu vaccine, for example, is an injection. I think the polio may be an oral vaccine. I think, I'm not sure. Okay. So, yeah.
I just took the flu vaccination last month for 500 here. But if I'm over 65, it will be free. How about that in your
Yes,
country?
it's the same in Australia. They say that the very young, I'll say the very old, are at greater risk
Okay.
of dying from flu because their immune system are not as good
Okay.
as young
But
people.
I was told in Canada it's free for all ages. How about in
That's quite possible.
your country?
But not in Australia. No, if you're if you're of working age, you have to pay.
What?
So it's free for children.
Okay.
And for pensioners. Pensioners here are considered over 65, and they're on a government pension.
Okay.
That means money from the government. Okay. Right. So, Tina. The results can be variational, variable.
Variable.
That's right. They can be variable. That means, what does that mean? So, as you say, there are precautions people can take. These can be variable. So what does that mean?
can be changed to many kinds.
That's right. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Do you get the flu vaccine, Tina?
No.
No, neither do I. I used to, but every time I get the vaccine, I get the flu. Because it's what we call a live vaccine. So the virus, the flu virus, it's not quite dead, and it's live, so it will cause a bit of flu. But last year I was sick for a week, so at the moment I'm not getting the flu vaccine. They say get it, but I'm not convinced. When was the last time you had a vaccination, Tina?
Many years ago.
Okay. In Australia, young women of your age get what we call a cervical cancer vaccine. It's designed to prevent cervical cancer. The cervix is the opening of the womb, and there's a lot of people get cervical cancer in young people, and it's caused by a virus. I can't remember its name, but it's caused by a virus, HPV it's called, the something virus, and HPV, and they give this vaccine free to all young men and women in Australia up to the age of about 30, because it decreases the incidence. That means decreases the incidence is how much. So it decreases the numbers of cervical cancer. So do they have that in Taiwan?
No.
HPV.
Because that's a new thing in Australia, and it's quite expensive, but they're hoping over the next 10 years it will reduce the levels of cancer in young women. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of Paris. Rita.
Hello.
What happened in Paris last Saturday?
They suffer attack.
Yes. Where did you find out about it?
Saturday.
Yes, but how did you find out? Did you hear on the radio, or did your mother tell you? Or television?
I watch the news.
Okay. Do you watch the news every day?
Not really.
No. So how were you watching the news? On the internet, or on your phone, or what?
Internet.
Okay. So YouTube, or do you have a channel? How did you see it on the internet? What site?
Taiwanese news.
Okay. All right. Now, Rita, Paris wakes up under siege Archimedes attacked him. What is WW2?
World War. The Second World War.
That's right, the Second World War, or World War II. When did it finish?
1945.
Right, when was Taiwan founded? When did Taiwan begin?
Like 1911.
1911? No.
I have no idea.
Well, who founded your nation?
Taiwan.
Who founded Taiwan? It used to be Formosa. When did its name change to Taiwan?
Because I'm not good at history.
Well, get somebody to tell you.
I really don't know.
All right, that's interesting. Daniel, can you help her? When was Taiwan founded by who?
Sun Yixin. Yixin Sun.
Yeah. When?
When? 1911.
No.
Yes,
1949.
I'm sure. That's China, not Taiwan, okay?
What about Chiang Kai-shek?
Huh? 1948. That year is our government come back to Taiwanese land.
Yeah. Well, what didn't Chiang Kai-shek found Taiwan?
Well, you can type Chinese.
No, I can copy and paste Chinese. I thought Chiang Kai-shek founded Taiwan in 1949. Am I wrong?
That means that government come back to Taiwan because he lost the war.
Oh, interesting.
In China, but Taiwan is found at 1911.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to read up on my history. Right. Rita, back to you.
Hello.
Hello, Rita. What is a siege?
瑕疵。
Rita, what?
Kidnap.
Sort of, yeah. It means that you can't escape, yes. So under siege means that Paris is being held for ransom. So yes, like a kidnapping, after deadliest attack since World War II. So World War II ended in 1945. I am sure of that, and I do know why it ended. I might be not very good at Taiwanese history, but so since 1945, this is the worst attack for 70 years. So, and this is because of these terrorists. Now it says the deadliest attack in France since World War II has killed at least 129 people. ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack, and President Francois Hollande said that it was an act of war. Rita, what's an act of war?
A violent attack.
It's an attack that it is a reason for starting a war. So who is France going to be at war with? Who will be the parties in the war? France and who?
ISIS.
Yeah, that's right. ISIS is actually not a country, it's an organization. They're mainly located in Syria and Iraq, but they are part of Muslims who are terrorists. Not all Muslims are terrorists, just some. Okay. It says large areas of Paris are completely empty, with soldiers everywhere in metro stations in several neighborhoods. In several neighborhoods remain shut, and roads near Le Petit Cambodge, where a gunman opened fire on diners, are blocked with red and white police cordons. Now, Daniel.
Good morning.
Right, it says here, it's something like Le Petit Cambodge or something, or Cambodge. Now, we know that at this location a gunman opened fire on diners. What does diners tell you that this place is? So, if you know the word of diners, you know what this is. It's not a cinema, so what do you think it is? Do you know the word diner?
A car. Like a restaurant?
Yes, it is. So a diner is somebody eating. So if you go to McDonald's, you are dining at McDonald's. So a diner is somebody eating, and therefore we know that this place, Le Petit Cambodge, is a restaurant or some sort of cafe. Why are the roads empty?
Because people is scared of more attack.
Correct. That's right. They're staying at home because they don't want to get blown up, which I think is a good reason to stay home. Now, were less than or greater than? Do you know these signs, by the way? Less than, greater than. Do you know these?
Yes, I know.
All right. Okay. So, were there less than or greater than 129 people killed? close both doors.
Maybe more people.
Yeah, why?
And maybe someone got hurt or the news.
No, at least
doesn't-
129 people were killed.
Oh, okay.
So that means
At least.
there's 129 at the very least, and it's probably more.
Yes.
So they found 125 dead people, and they're still digging. Okay? Have you ever had a terrorist attack in your country, Daniel? Has there been a terrorist attack in Taiwan yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
We are peace country.
Yeah, so are the French. The trouble that ISIS are not peaceful. Right. The typically lively streets in the city's 11th arrondissement. This is like a suburb. So in French they're called arrondissement or something. I did French at school, but it was a long time ago. Anyway, the typically lively streets in the city's suburbs were unnervingly empty. Unnervingly means disturbingly. So normally they're very full of people being happy or getting drunk or whatever. And unnervingly means it was most unusual and a bit disturbing. And unnervingly empty of revelers. Revelers are people reveling. To revel means you're happy. So if you revel, it means you're drinking and, going, I'm happy and partying, if you like. So normally on a Saturday morning, remember, is very early, sort of early hours of Saturday morning. Dylan.
Hi.
What does that mean, the early hours of Saturday morning? What time?
Saturday morning.
Yeah, but what time? 9 o'clock?
Holiday.
Early hour.
By
What time does Saturday morning begin?
6 or 7.
No, what time
What time?
does morning begin? Any morning.
No.
Not early morning. What time does morning begin?
9?
No.
早上。
So, what is it? After midnight. So, 你看 morning， 它的 morning 就是清晨 ，early morning 是我们认为深夜。Nicholas, so you're saying 12 a.m. After 12 a.m.
Yes. So 12 midday to 12 midnight.
Okay.
Is
12
called
a.m.
the
So
day.
Okay. But usually
And
we don't
after
say
midnight
that
is
way.
morning.
We don't say that. When we say morning, usually the sun is about to come out.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when we say the early hours of the morning,
Yeah.
we mean
when we
something
say,
after midnight, but probably 4 a.m. or something.
Okay. Like, in 3 a.m. we would say late at night. So that's,
Yes.
I think that's the time difference. Time, cognition of time is different, probably in Western and
It is quite
Eastern
interesting.
world. Yeah.
All right. So, Dylan, why do you think these people are normally out in the early hours of Saturday morning? Why Saturday?
Why Saturday?
So it's very early on Friday morning or very late on Friday night. It depends how you look at it. So sometime after midnight on Friday. Why do you think all these people are normally out on a Friday night or Saturday morning? That's right.
Because party.
That's right.
Party.
Yeah, well, the young people like going out and getting drunk and going to nightclubs. I don't know if they do that in Taiwan, but they do in the West.
Huh.
So anyway, now, are you a lively person? Can I use the word to describe you as lively?
No. No.
So, well, lively means that you are enthusiastic. So you're not boring. So the opposite of lively is probably dull. So you're a little bit boring. So it depends how you use it. So it means that typically lively, lively, they're very alive.
Alive.
So normally the streets are very busy, but this time they're unnervingly empty, disturbingly empty of people partying, revelers, because the restaurants, the cafes are closed down and people stayed indoors. And that's because they're worried about getting killed. So throughout the area, the persistent wail of emergency sirens pierce through the clear, still night. What are emergency sirens? Dylan, what are emergency sirens?
Emergency. Alarm bell.
Yeah, a wail is a big noise. Whatever they say in Taiwan. So that's a wail. It's like a baby screaming.
Nicholas,
And they
can you mimic
yes,
it? No. Mimic that siren sounds again. You know, tornado tornado siren.
Well,
You
we
don't
go
have tornado in your country.
or something like that.
Okay.
I can't do it very well.
But you know, it's just like when you try to mimic a chicken, a hen, or a what?
Yes, it's different.
Yeah, I guess in different country, you know, they have different sound
Yeah.
for
Emily,
different animals.
what sound does a pig make? I want you to make the sound of a pig. All right.
Did you hear that? Tina just make it.
I did.
Yeah, culture difference. Okay, and how would you say?
Right,
how
so
would you?
Well, we say an oink. We call it oinking. All right, Emily, what does a sheep say? And that's yours, not Tina's. So what sound does a sheep say or make?
Oh God. Meh.
That's right. All right. Chicken, it's about the same. We say ba.
Oh.
So what sound does the chicken make?
Goo goo.
Goo goo. That's a baby sound to us. Goo goo. A chicken is we say clucking.
Oh.
All right, thank you, Emily. I'll give you an extra mark for you. I'll give Tina a mark for oinking as well. It was very impressive. Perhaps she's a little bit of a pig. Is that right? Sorry, Tina. So, all right. So the sound of an emergency siren, as I said, each country has its. I can't find an emergency siren. This is ridiculous. Wait a minute. Interesting, there's no sound. Let's see if this plays or not. Can you play that, please, Greg, or whoever the TA today?
Okay.
没有啊，哪有？
可以吗？
Can you hear that?
有没有？干你啥事啊？
以前我这么瘦，
Still lagging.
现在你每天高油、高盐、高糖，我再也回不去了。
三餐在外，身不由己啊！
餐餐外食，以为干你啥事？喝适配现金，不干没事。
It is a siren. I'm not getting
NYPD.
a sound here.
That's New York Police, right?
That's right, but
NYPD.
it's the nearest I can find to Australian.
Okay, still lagging.
All right, never mind.
Play it during break.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So the police sirens broke through the still clear night. Pierce means like cutting through. So if you pierce something, you make a hole in it.
Now we're getting it. Nicholas, we're getting
All right,
it.
go on.
Give us a few seconds. I think it's still running.
All right. I'm sure you can get it later.
Okay. Well,
I'm not getting any
yeah,
sound
we
of
can
this.
show it
I
later.
don't know what's going on there. All right. So, right. So, where we're up to, so we've had this fire. Shortly after midnight, the police issued a shelter-in-place order, leaving just a few stragglers along the Avenue Parmentier. They turn it round. They don't call it Parmentier Avenue. They call it Avenue Parmentier. Stragglers means people left behind. So if you're a straggler, it means that you're at the end of the queue or you're being left behind. Now, Nick. Nick?
Yeah.
What do you think this means? The police issued a shelter-in-place order.
I think it means like, tell everybody to go to a shelter to find a safe place.
Yeah,
Maybe.
stay where you are. Means. So stay in place, don't move. Why would you think they say that? So they're giving you a command, do not move, stay where you are, shelter in place. So why are they saying that?
Maybe it's the
Do you think it would be dangerous for people to move?
demand cause the chaos.
Yes, and
If
they
they-
want to catch the terrorists. So they'll shoot anybody that doesn't obey them. So shelter in place is a very severe warning. If you move, we'll shoot you, because terrorists are not going to obey that order. And there's a shoot to kill policy in Australia. So if you are a terrorist and do not immediately do what you're told, they will shoot to kill you.
Okay.
Because they're saying in Australia it is a waste of time trying to negotiate with terrorists. What does that mean? I've typed it there. It's a waste of time trying to negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah. Which one? Maybe. Because they will kill.
Yeah, that's
They will
right.
kill you anyway.
They're going to kill their hostages anyway. So let's kill them and lose less hostages. That's now the official policy in Australia. So if somebody takes hostages, they go straight in and kill them. Kill the terrorists or the kidnappers. That's the new policy as of last week. Right.
Also, like
This
if
man here
someone
says
is
we can't
kidnapping.
go anywhere. Oh, sorry, what were you saying there, Nick?
Oh, I was saying like if someone is, someone is kidnapped a kid, then the police will just shoot it right away without no negotiation.
Yeah, no. So they're no longer negotiating. Up to now, we've always said, oh, you do this, we'll do that, and it never works. They always die. So these days they just go, we say cut our losses.
Okay.
So the longer you muck around, the more likely you'll be that more people will be killed. So it says we can't go anywhere. The city is in a crisis. What's a crisis, Nick?
Kind of like, yeah, emergency or something.
Yeah, it's like
Kind
an
of
emergency.
disaster, but it's
So
not-
when you have your typhoons in Taiwan, that's
Yeah.
that's a crisis. It's a danger.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Nick. On Boulevard Voltaire. Boulevard is like a street, just another name for street, near the Bataclan nightclub and concert hall, where an attack and an ensuing hostage situation left more than 100 dead. Now, this is saying that this place is a nightclub and concert hall. Now, Emily, what does where refer to? There's no oinking this time, that's a question. So Emily, this word is referring to something. What is it?
Both of they are where?
Yeah, where?
Nightclub and concert hall.
That's right. So it's referring back to there. And what happened in the nightclub?
And shooting.
Yes, so an attack occurred. Shooting. And what now ensuing means following. So and what happened after the attack? What followed the attack?
Hostage.
Yeah, what's a hostage?
The people who be controlled.
Correct. How many people died, roughly?
Mm. More than 100.
Yeah, so that's over 100 people, not 99, but over that. So at this place where this attack occurred, a crowd of journalists and residents gathered behind the police cordon. The police cordon is a line. So when the police put up barriers, it can be police themselves. That's a cordon. So a cordon is like a fence, and it can be actually made of police, or it can be a physical barrier. So a police cordon, it depends, but they put up a barrier to stop people going on the streets. Several people stood beneath this St. Ambrose bus station, swapping bits of information. Swapping bits of information means gossiping. So, what's gossiping, Emily? Do you like gossiping?
No.
What does it mean?
There's something behind people.
That's right. So you're talking, it's like if I'm having a conversation with Dylan about you. Oh, Emily, did you hear about Emily? So that's gossiping. It's usually negative, not always. But gossip is usually not good, and it's sort of true, but it's usually exaggerated. So it's partly true, but often I can't spell exaggerate. Exaggerated, it means you make it sound worse or better than it is. Exaggerate. And trying to comprehend what was happening to their city. So they're gossiping, swapping bits of information. I know that, you know this. And trying to comprehend means understand what was happening to their city. So, Emily, if you were involved in a terrorist event, how would you feel?
To make people afraid.
Yeah, you'd be very afraid. Do you think you'd want to talk to somebody?
Mm. Yeah, maybe yes.
Yeah. Normally people want to talk after a high crisis. They want to make sure they're still alive. So if you talk to people, you can be reasonably certain you're alive. I don't know about in Taiwan, but certainly in Australia. So, if you're involved, it's very stressful. So if you've just gone through an event, and even if you weren't killed, it's very stressful. And that one of the ways of helping to, we say, de-stress. De-stress means reduce stress. One of the ways of de-stressing is to talk to somebody else. So Emily, how would you de-stress? How would you relax? What's the best way for you?
Maybe do exercise.
So after a terrorist event, you go out and just have a run. Well,
yeah,
we say in Australia, it's horses for courses. So one person does something, another person does something else. And that means horses for courses. So it's different ways for different people. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
All right. So several people who have been evacuated from this Bataclan huddled beneath a restaurant awning. Now, evacuated means taken away quickly. So if you evacuate a building, you get everybody out as quickly as possible. So they want them out of this nightclub, and they're huddled. That means they're crowded. They're all together and they're scared. So they're in a big group and they're scared. So they're huddled beneath a restaurant awning. An awning is like a cover. So if you have an awning over something, it's like a sort of an area where you can shelter under. So an awning, if a restaurant, it might be a building, and it will have a sort of thing sticking out. It's like a cover, almost like a curtain over thing. You can shelter under it. Beyond the cordon, wrapped in silver blankets used by emergency workers. Alan.
Yes.
Have you seen on the news, in an emergency, they wrap people in these silver blankets? What are they and what are they for? So why do emergency workers use them?
To keep them warm.
That's right. So they're made of, I think it's aluminium foil. And they keep people warm. In America, they call aluminium aluminum. I think they say aluminum. We say in the West aluminium. And it's a metal. So they're made of very thin layer of aluminum or aluminium, and they supposedly keep people warm. Police with automatic weapons patrol the street. What are automatic weapons, Alan?
I think it's a gun.
Yeah, what sort of gun?
They can shoot continuous.
Yes, that's right. Shoot continuously, rapid fire. So with an ordinary gun, you have to fire every bullet by itself, individually. But automatic weapons, they can kill a lot of people very quickly. Can you buy guns in Taiwan? So, Alan, if you wanted a gun, can you go and buy one in Taiwan like you can in America?
No, we cannot buy gun. And
no, that's good.
We
Do your
own
police
guns.
carry guns?
Sometimes.
But not always.
Yeah, not always.
That's
Some
interesting, because in
police and
Australia,
some
all
gangsters.
police carry guns. And the rule is, if you draw your weapon, this is the police, if they take their weapon out, they must shoot to kill. So once they take it out, they must shoot, and they must shoot to kill. Why do you think they have to do that? Why do you think they have that policy?
To protect police.
Yes. Just a minute. And also to make the police only use their weapons in life-threatening situations. In America, they get their guns out all the time, and they shoot people for no reason. So in Australia, we only shoot people that need shooting. So we don't go around shooting black men, for example. So because the Americans seem to love shooting innocent people, whereas in Australia, we generally try and avoid shooting innocent people. Not always work, but it's...
Wait a minute, Nicholas. You're talking about, so American police are notorious for killing,
yes,
killing black people. They are.
Yes.
We read it on the newspaper, but
anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I
didn't realize that you.
They use their guns too frequently. They use them to threaten.
Yeah,
Australia,
whenever
you
they
can't do
feel
that.
threatened.
If you take the gun out, you must use it. In
Mhm.
America, it's
That's
different.
I
They can
think-
take it out and say, if you don't behave, I'll shoot you.
And they eventually just shoot.
Yes, they think it's
Um,
easier.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What do you think that the Americans don't learn from all this? I mean,
They're
there's so
stupid.
many, killing black people and causes riots.
And it's too many guns. They have, anyone can
Too
get a
many
gun.
So the police
So
have
everybody
to
has
protect
guns.
themselves as
So the
well,
police
right?
say, yes. They say, right, I've got a gun, you've got a gun, let's have a shootout.
Okay. And
They-
in Australia,
they-
you cannot have guns.
No, you need a special license and a reason.
Okay.
You can't just
Because
have one
in recent days, we saw young children kill their parents
Yes.
by reaching into their mother's purse, and
That's right.
Even a 3-year-old can kill their parents.
Exactly. So they'll probably put them in jail or hang them. Okay, let's get this finished. So a steady stream of emergency vehicle passed through the cordon, so lots of emergency. A few motorists were kind enough to offer rides to stranded pedestrians. So stranded pedestrians is the same as stragglers. Where was the other word? Stragglers. They're the people left behind. So a stranded pedestrian is similar to a straggler. They're people that can't get away because they have no place to go. One was this Ali Syed and server, who also lived near the background, a server, I don't know what that means, and offered to drive me back to my apartment. So this kind person offered to take the journalist back to his apartment. And it is not logical. These people are mad, he told me. So, Chenny Chen. What is it referring to? What is not logical? What is not logical? What is it referring to? What is it referring to?
Uh, 为什么不合逻辑？ Because they are so crazy.
Yeah, that's right. So this attack is not logical. It's not normal. It doesn't follow normal people's idea of civilized. These people are mad. They're nuts. So that's what he thinks. So, okay. Are there any questions about that?
So many questions. Nicholas, so it's the driver, the motorist. Does it have a name? Well, Ali Saad. Ali Saad, so he might be a Muslim, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wouldn't have accepted a ride from him.
Yeah.
You might be a terrorist.
Okay. And my question is, has Australia sent out troops to Syria?
Not yet, but we're bombing it.
Not yet. You are bombing it. So
But,
here
yes.
they are saying that they are going to start attack on every country who send troops to Syria.
Yes, I think that will
That's what
happen.
they declare, right?
They need Russia to join in as well, probably China. But these people have to be stopped. That's the general opinion.
Yeah, right. But they are just like Japanese. Japanese during the Second World War, all those pilots, they drive their airplane just into the carrier, right?
Yeah, kamikaze.
What's that? What are they called?
That was the pilot.
Kamikaze.
Suicide pilot.
神风特工队，那就神风特工队。
Yeah.
啊
Bonta
suicide
Gonde,
pilot.
yeah.
So I don't think, although it's very terrifying, but I think ISIS is not that unbeatable, right? And also, I think the U.S. should start bombing the pipeline much earlier, right? So
Yes.
that to cut off the economic resources. They should have done it much earlier. Then ISIS
think they may
won't
now.
have financial income.
They also threatened Washington yesterday. I don't know if you've seen
Yes.
that video, but there's these crazy Arabs, and they're now saying we're going to bomb Washington next.
And London.
And London, yes. Okay.
So are people in your country worried or terrified?
We're a big island, hard to
Or
reach.
yeah, going to the desert. Okay, we can take a break.
Yeah, okay, so about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, this is the midterm exam next week. I think your TA has just sent you a message about it. It's 2 hours. There's 60 multiple choice questions. Who is next? Joe. What is a multiple choice question? Joe's not here. Sam, are you there? Yes, you are. Sam, what's a multiple choice question?
Choose the answer from four sections.
Yeah, there's 4 choices. If it's reading, you'll get perhaps 1 or 2 paragraphs, and you choose your answer from that. So one answer, you either get it right or wrong. Right equals 1 mark, X equals nothing. Okay? Same in the listening. You listen, you choose a mark, so on. So the 60 multiple choice questions to do. There are 25 listening, 25 reading, and 10 vocabulary. So all the questions rather, are from work we've done in the last 6 or 7 weeks. All right, the last classes since the beginning. So all classes, it's all done in class, it's all posted. I won't ask you any questions outside this work. Yep. It's 120 minutes to complete the exam. Tina?
Hi.
How many hours will you get to do this exam?
2 hours.
Yes, good. Last year somebody couldn't work out how many hours 120 minutes was. So how long do you get to do each question? So you have 60 questions. How long to do each question?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, good. All right. Do you think that's long enough? Is that long enough for you, Tina?
Yes, okay.
Good. I'm told you're very, very clever, so it should be good. What about you, Shelley?
Hello.
We say you should ace this exam. What does that mean, if you ace something? If you ace an exam. All right, what is an ace? Do you know? In cards, what's an ace? So what is an ace?
Better card.
Yes, that's right. So some people think it's the best card. Do you play cards?
Sometimes.
Are you very good? That's an ace. How many aces are there?
4.
Good. Now this is called a suit. How many suits are there? Well, there's 4. What are they? So this is, I'll give you, this one is spades. What are the other 3?
13.
Yeah, there's 13 of each, but spades, what are the other 3 suits? 3 suits. You got spades? What else?
Heart.
Yeah, hearts. 2 others.
Diamond.
Diamonds and
3块。梅花是什么？我有的，剩下梅花。
got hearts. So spades, hearts, diamonds, and
club.
that's right, clubs. Now there's 2 other cards. What are they? That's right, they're jokers. We don't always use them in a card game, but there's 2 jokers, and they can be quite disturbing sometimes. All right. So your mark. Thank you, Shelley. So your mark was 25% of your final mark at the end of the year. Are there any questions? So, Jerry. No, Jerry. Lay.
Yes.
Are you a happy and contented lay or an unhappy and discontented lay?
Huh? Maybe. Yes.
Maybe which, discontented or contented?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. Any questions? Ask Winnie. She was here last semester. And she's very, very talkative, Winnie. And you have to ask her in English. She loves talking English, okay? Is that okay, Winnie?
Yes.
That's good. Thank you. That's good. Thank you. Right. Now, can we do... We have to do some listening, Pearl, because I haven't got enough questions yet. So could you give these questions out, please?
How many? 8 of them?
There's 8, yeah. There's more, but that's the next listening. This is on the Royal Flying Doctor Service, but it's a listening.
Okay. All done.
All right. Just doing it. Okay, you can start that when you're ready. Okay. Where do most Australians live?
Hi Nicholas, I'm Bing. The most Australians live in Sydney or Melbourne.
Yes, correct. I think. Well, actually, in heavily populated coastal regions. Why do you think that they live there, Bing?
Could you say again?
Why do you think they live in heavily populated coastal areas?
Because it's convenient in traffic.
Yes, and it's where all the water is.
Water.
That's another reason.
Oh,
Okay.
I know.
Right. Now, what three things do people do within inland Australia, the outback?
Live, work, and travel.
Correct. Good. Live, work, and travel. Same as everywhere else. Everybody lives, works, and travels. What's the function of the Royal Flying Doctor Service?
Nicholas, I'm Rita.
Yes.
The function is provide the medical equipment and care to the outback.
That's correct. To give, as we said last week, the outback is in Australia, the desert. What was the medical problem suffered by Joanne, the young girl wearing glasses?
Her premature baby was born. Premature.
Yeah,
Premature.
What does premature mean?
It means that the baby was born before 10 months.
Yes. And how many weeks should the baby be born at? How many weeks is a normal pregnancy?
How many weeks?
Yeah.
28 weeks.
But it might be in Taiwan, but it's not in Australia. Add 10 weeks.
Huh? 36.
Well, it's actually nearer 38. So it's usually a normal pregnancy is 38 weeks.
Yes.
If we say 9 months, yes, it's 36, but most women go to 38.
Okay.
So 26 is very early. And the babies can have a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So how many bases are operated and how many aircraft are operated by the RFDS?
Hi. I'm Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
And 27 bases and 50 aircraft.
Yeah, that's right, 27. They often call, where they land, they often call it an air base. So rather than an airport, which is bigger, they call it an air base. In other words, that's where an aircraft is based. So they call them bases. It's the same as an office or a location. Okay. Why do the RAFDS sometimes transport patients living in metropolitan, that's city areas, to hospitals in other cities?
Hi, I'm back. And for others to donate their bodies, which is very urgent.
Urgent organ donor, the specificity. What do you have organ donors in Taiwan?
Oh yes.
Because some cultures don't like it. So in Japan, for example, they're very short of organ donors. Because culturally, Japanese people don't like donating their organs. They're also short in most countries, but Japan very much, and none of the Arab countries, no Arabs will ever donate their bodies. It's all to do with Muslims don't donate, so I think they just die, I don't know. All right, why did the older man need the RFDS?
Hi, I'm Angela. Because he had a car accident in the outback.
Yes, that's right. He rolled a vehicle while traveling in the outback. Rolled means just that. So that's his car and it rolled and rolled. He's lucky to be alive. Angela, in Taiwan, does the law say you must wear a seatbelt?
Yes.
And what about helmets for motorcycles?
Yes.
Yeah. Does that include the small ones? So the students have little motorbikes. Do you have to wear a helmet for that as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. How far does the RCS fly here and how many patients do they see?
They fly 20 million kilometers and see almost 250,000 patients.
Yes, that's a lot of patients. You need a lot of patients. What is patience? This patience, what does that mean?
Sick people.
Yeah, no, but what is patience? This is patience. This is patience. What's patience?
Tolerance.
Yeah, tolerance. So most mothers have a lot of patience with their children. So that means you tolerate them, you wait for them, you give them understanding. If you lose patience, you often lose your temper.
Nicholas,
Not good. Yes.
do those patients have to pay for the service?
No, it's part of the government's commitment to the rural areas, so they get it free.
You know, what if people abuse the system, you know, in the while they are traveling?
They don't often do it, but yes, they will charge them if they keep abusing it. So if they call them out for nothing, they'll send them a bill, but most people don't pay it. So generally they're very good generally, actually. It's quite interesting, but they don't have much problem that I know of. Okay.
And so this is the following video?
Yeah, this is the following video. It's a continuation of the other. I chopped it in two. So could you give those out?
Yes. Done?
That was quick. Okay. You start that playing when you're ready. Okay. So as well as emergency services, what other healthcare services do the RFDS provide? See how many you can get out of 7.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hello. Yes, Emily.
The 24 hours consultation service.
Yeah.
And inter-hospital transfer.
Yep.
And transporting medical specialists.
Emily, what's a female GP program?
Female doctor.
Yeah, and why do they need a female doctor, do you think?
They can take care of some female provide disease.
Yes. Emily, would you like to go and see a man or a woman doctor?
I prefer a woman doctor.
Why?
I feel relaxed about that.
Yeah, so you prefer somebody female. Okay. What's preventative health care?
To prevent the disease.
That's right. So it's that's right, before you get it. And what are medical drug tests?
What is drug test?
Yeah, so what is it? What do they? Why do they have drug tests?
What mean?
Yeah, what do they mean?
I don't know, maybe X-ray.
No, it's a place they keep drugs, like a cupboard, in case they need them. So a chest is like we say a chest of drawers. So like we used to say a treasure chest once. So TREASU, a treasure chest is what pirates had. So it was like a place that it's like a locked up cupboard. Okay. Now, Emily, do you have a chest?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So the middle bit of you, the top of you is your chest. And in your belly button, that's your tummy or your abdomen. Okay, thank you. All right, why is preventative healthcare a national priority?
The earlier you prevent the disease, the percentage of you are cured.
That's right. So they say prevention is better than cure. So if you take, what's cancer?
The meatball, the light meatball on your body.
Yes. All right. A question there. Would you like not to have cancer or cured cancer? Which would be your preference?
Not have cancer is better.
Because?
Because if you got a cancer, you maybe cannot be cured.
That's right. You could say cured cancer may not stay cured. It may come back. All right? So it's better not to have it. So that's why preventive. And actually, if you catch cancer early, you can cure it. So that's preventive. So means do things to try and stop them. And I've said it's a national priority because it saves the country a lot of money. If you don't have sick people, you don't have to pay to cure them. Now, what do the flying health clinics provide?
Healthy education, child health nursing, GP consultation.
That's right. What's child health nursing?
If a child if your child got hurt, you can provide provide best nursing.
Yeah, health nursing for children. So it's a nurse that nurses children. They're often in schools. They often have child health nursing. And it's almost preventative as well. Because if you get children early, you can cure them. Whereas they're too late, they may get quite sick. Now, the RSDS has to get some of its money from fundraising. What do they use this for? The money raised from fundraising.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Yes, Daniel.
The money used to buy new medical equipment or replace aircraft.
That's right. So my understanding is the new aircraft, the government pays. So new aircraft are paid for by the government, but if they want a replacement, they have to get their own. So it's quite interesting. So that they only replace them money-based. Now, why is the video being made?
Hi, I'm Alan. This video is being made for a fundraising.
Yeah, what's fundraising?
Raise money.
Yeah, raise money. So they're called fund. Do people in Taiwan, do you have fundraisers on the street collecting money?
Yes. Many months.
Yes. Now, well, in Australia, it's an industry. And you have to be careful who you give money to. If they know your name and email, they'll start sending you every few months, please give us more and more. So you need to be careful because, as I said, a lot of people are doing it, and sometimes we're not sure where it's going. So you need to be careful.
I remember, Nicholas, when I was at airport, there are all kinds of people coming to you for fundraising. And do you think the police can do some questioning work? I mean, can anyone start to raise money on street?
They're supposed to have a license in Australia. But
so you have to apply for a license.
Yes. We do get a lot of people stealing. So they do it, but they shouldn't be.
Okay, and like beggars? Beggars don't need license.
Yes, that's another problem.
You have hobo on the street?
Yes. Hobo is American, but we call them beggars.
Okay.
But a hobo in America is a homeless person who travels.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And
all right, now,
another thing about beggars is that are Australian people sympathetic with them? I mean,
yes
sometimes
and no.
people try
it depends on the person.
Sometimes people try to give them warm meal and provide them with shower.
Yes. Well, one of the other problems is homeless.
In a country that good. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Otherwise, in your country, the welfare system. In your country, welfare system is so good. There shouldn't be homeless.
It is good, but some people prefer to be homeless.
Why?
Oh, because they can spend their money on cigarettes and alcohol instead of paying rent for a house.
Okay, so usually people are not that sympathetic.
No, we have drug addicts, we have alcoholics, and they prefer to be homeless because they can spend their government money on drugs or alcohol. Not all, but many. Okay.
Saying that we better not give beggars money, but sometimes we can give them a sandwich.
Yeah, give them a sandwich, that's best. They like food. Take them to McDonald's.
So can we go, let's go to this picture. Yeah, let's go to,
right.
well, last word. It occurred to me that when I visit Canada, and there's just a young beggar, standing in front of a McDonald's, standing there waiting for donation. It's really a disgrace, right?
It is a bit.
Let's go to this picture.
All right, you choose them from here on. I can't remember who has not been asked questions yet.
Flower. Describe this picture.
Flower, you can do this. Yeah, describe that picture. This is called a chipmunk. Actually, no, let's call it a squirrel.
This is squirrel.
So what's happening?
they all are hungry.
Yes. And what they're trying to eat.
They try to steal the food in the mouth.
What's the food?
Like a big peanut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nuts. Just
Nuts.
Squirrels like nuts, and they hoard them. What does hoard mean?
Hoard.
Hoard.
It try to hold it in the cheek.
That's right. Well, yes, that's right. They put them in there, but that's called a cheek pouch. But that's not hoarding. That's being greedy. But hoarding means another word, or another meaning.
Hold the nut in the underground.
Yes, that's where they usually put them underground or someplace like that. There is another word, a human hoarder can, like, let me see if I can show you this one here. This is a person that hoards books. Now, does he need those books? Does he need them flour?
No.
No. Sometimes they get too many. There's also some people who it's a mental health disorder. I don't even see that, but this is filthy. And they just collect things. You know, it's rubbish. They collect rubbish, and it's very hard to get them. And that's called. It's actually got a name. It's obsessive. Just type obsessive compulsive disease. So obsessive means you do something, you have to do it, and compulsive means you have no choice, and they call it OCD. So OCD means these people have a disease of the mind that forces them to hoard things. So it's quite interesting. Okay? Right.
Okay.
Right. Next one.
Hello, I'm Joe.
Hello, Joe.
A bird stands on a turtle.
That's right. What part of the turtle is it standing on?
Huh? Back.
I want to know what this is.
Let me see.
It is its back, yeah, but it's got a special. This thing has got a special name. It begins with S.
Shell.
That's right, the shell. And what's this called? What part of the turtle is that called?
His left foot.
Not foot. The turtles don't have feet. You have a foot. Or 2 feet. Turtles have something else to swim with. And it's not called a fin. It's got a special name. Fishes have fins. So a shark fin is that bit of the shark you see above the water. But these have another name. It begins with F, but it's not a fin. It's a F something R. FL something something.
Flipper.
A flipper, that's right. It's a funny word, but we say these are 2 flippers. I think they have flippers at the back as well. How long do they live? Do you know, turtles?
112 years.
Yes, it's a long time. But the giant turtles are said to, the oldest ever recorded was 170 years or more. I think it died recently, actually. But they can live a long time, longer than humans. So, okay, thank you. Next one.
Hello. I'm Shirley.
Hello, Shelley.
我要说话吗？哦。There are 3 birds. A parent bird feeding their child.
Its child.
A child.
And what do you think that's called?
毛毛虫
Worm.
Worm.
Yes, it's a worm. These are called chicks.
Okay.
And what do you call this thing? What are the chicks in?
鸟巢
Nest.
Nest.
That's right. Called a bird's nest. And what do you call that?
Tree.
Not a tree.
Trunk.
The tree's the main bit. No, not a trunk. Something. No, something else beginning with B.
Bush.
Bridge.
No. A bush is on the ground.
Okay. Tree.
A tree what? Or part of a tree?
A
Yes,
branch.
tree branch, that's right. So it's a tree branch. So these are all branches of the tree. How would you describe that? What sort of feathers are they?
Tail.
That's right. How do you spell tail?
A-I-L.
Right. So what's a T-A-L-E?
A story.
Yes, like a fairy story. A tale, it's not usually true. It's something that children like. Thank you. Right, that one.
Thank you.
Oh, really? 哇，这个。我看不到这么长。
Now, what is this? An elephant?
No.
松鼠是什么
Squirrel.
Yes,
Squirrel.
probably a squirrel. How do you spell squirrel?
S-Q-U-I.
All right, how are you going to describe that?
Baby
You
squirrel.
can't say a baby squirrel. So find another way to describe it. You can use squirrel. You need another word. A baby squirrel's a bit older. So you can say a newly what squirrel? 4 letters, it means it's... So newly something squirrel.
Newly born.
Yeah, good. A newly born squirrel. So it's a very small squirrel, and it's just come out of its mother. And birds like these. Do you know why?
It's easy to eat.
That's right. It's a good meal. They taste nice. Full of protein. Yeah. Now, how about this one? I'm going to check. These are called acorns. They're a type of. They're like a fruit on a tree. So you have to tell me what's going on here. There's 2 animals here, or 2 bugs.
Hello, I'm saying. Snail and beetle.
What do you call this thing? I think it's a snail actually, because look at it. Look at its head. Those things are on a snail. I think they're called antennae. Yeah, they actually smell through them. Because they're blind, and that's how they can move. They smell. But what's this thing?
ladybug.
That's right, a ladybird or ladybug. I don't think there's any... I think this is just a picture they took. It looks like this thing is trying to eat the acorn, but in fact, this is the way they move. They sort of slide forward. And I think the ladybird just happens to be there because these things eat vegetation. They don't eat ladybirds, or not generally, to my knowledge anyway. So it's interesting. But anyway, so this snail is obviously hoping for a meal. I think the ladybird just happens to be there. Okay. Might stop there, Pearl.
Okay. And the test material will cover what we covered today?
Yes, but not the pictures.
Okay.
Only the RFDS and the reading.
The grammar?
Yes, the grammar as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Have a good exam. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Good luck.